Hey everybody, Doug here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this RPG session of 10 Candles where a few of us got together to roleplay this horror-based game. Now, before we get started and I jump into the session, I wanted to talk to you about the content. It is an adult-themed game, and while most of the content on my channel is family-friendly, and I do rate my channel as 18 plus. I wanted to bring special attention to this because the game itself lends to adult themes in both violence, horror, and other content. In this game, you will encounter things of a sexual nature, though they are consensual. There's no rape or anything of that nature. I wanted to raise this to your attention in case it's something that offended you so that you can turn it off now. So I provided this warning. Thoughts on this, the gameplay is obviously for fun and is role-playing and does not reflect the actual beliefs of the people playing the game. It is a horror survival game that leads to death. So with that said, let's get on with the game session, and you have been warned. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on the channel. This is Doug Herring, and we are doing our very first role-playing session of 10 Candles. It's going to be super exciting. Got some great people on with me today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves briefly, and then we're going to get right into the game. We're not going to waste a whole heck of a lot of time with preamble or discussion. So first up is David, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, I'm David Taylor. I am a content creator on To the Table Gaming with Family and Friends. I don't have a whole lot of experience with RPGs, and this is actually my first time playing 10 Candles.
Outstanding. Paul?
What's going on, folks? This is Paul Herring, aka Brew and Brew. I am a streamer on Twitch and also coming up on Glimish in a couple days here. Brother of the main content creator, Doug Herring, Doug Mystikai. First time playing 10 Candles. Don't know anything about it. Let's go.
Sterling?
I'm Sterling Louviere. Haven't done any role playing in a couple of decades. Looking forward to it.
Great experience. Thanks, Sterling. Chris?
Hi, I'm Chris King. I have run a game of this before. This is my first time actually playing. I'm good friends with Dave. I help with his channel, and I would love to see how this goes.
Outstanding. All right, so like I said, we're going to dive right in. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. So 10 Candles is a game of survival. And in that, there's one thing that we know is going to happen at the end of this game, and it's not a surprise to anybody. You're all going to die. However, what's important about that is that you have hope throughout the session, that you're trying to stay alive and do everything you can within your power and within the structure of your character to survive. And in doing so, you see that we have these candles around the table. I've lit a few of them already. We start by lighting the first 3 candles at the beginning of our character creation. There are 10 candles on the table. Those 10 candles will get snuffed out over time. As that happens, things are going to get more difficult, more challenging, and tougher for all of us. Now, I might take a few shortcuts from the typical rules just for expediency. So if I did something that was a little out of sorts, I probably did it on purpose. So as the GM, just to move things along. So do expect some of that. All right. So one thing I asked of all of you was to have about 10 pieces of paper and a pen ready. So if you're ready to go, we're going to start our character creation. Now, the first thing you're going to do in character creation is you're going to write on that paper, write virtue on your paper. You good, Sterling?
Yep.
Cool. And on that paper, you're going to pick a virtue for your character. Now, this can be like a one-word type thing, a brave, strong, honest, anything you can think of that you would want a positive character trait to have. So I'll give you just a moment to write that down, and we'll talk about what you chose. And it could be a single word. I wouldn't make it a sentence. I'd make it very brief. That works best with the rules.
Go.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. David, what did you write down for your virtue?
I am resourceful.
Resourceful.
So yes, I can like in a pinch, I can try to kind of like MacGyver, figure things out. Be able to use the things that are around me to hopefully help the situation.
Outstanding. That's a good one. Paul?
Strong-willed.
Strong-willed. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're willful.
Just dealing with the things that go through every day. It's just keeping your sanity around. You know?
Yeah, and remember, you're not supposed to play yourself.
It's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
First thing that came to mind.
No, that's cool. That's perfect. Sterling?
Pragmatic.
Pragmatic. That's a good one. There could a lot of I can't wait till you role play that one. That's going to be fun. That's a good job. And Chris?
Calm.
Calm. Wow, we got strong-willed, pragmatic, calm. Those are going to be good. That's going to be great. Okay, so put that aside for just a moment. Take your next piece of paper out, and you're going to write a vice. Now, a vice is something that should do more harm than good. Again, stick to a word or two. You could be alcoholic. You could be a coward. You could be stupid. I don't care. Whatever you think is a good negative to your character. Again, something that's going to be more harmful than good. And while you're doing that, I'm going to turn on a few more candles.
So we're just making some shit up. Excuse me. Pardon language.
No, yeah, it's okay. This is I have my channel rated as 18 plus, buddy.
Okay. Same here.
Pretty much.
How do I make the game board bigger and everything?
You can't. I can if you need, but there's nothing on the game board right now you have to worry about. Is that better?
Well, it's still small.
I was trying to see those cards.
The cards are nothing. So if we were all playing in Tabletop Simulator, we would use these index cards on the table. But since we're not, we're doing it on paper. We don't have to worry about those.
All right. Sorry, you got me started thinking at the beginning, like our own traits and stuff like that. So
yeah. Remember, you're not you.
This one is a character now.
Right. You're not you.
This one is a character. Keep that in mind.
All right, Chris. What is everybody good? Everybody got their vice?
No. I'm still thinking.
Still thinking. Okay.
Yes, we can think good things about ourselves. Like, it's always hard to point out our faults.
Well, remember, it's not you. It could.
Well, I know that. I mean, for even our character.
That's why I got out of that real quick. You ain't gonna learn my faults.
Check it out.
Other than what you already know.
You wonder why I like this game so much, Dave?
Oh, geez.
Oh, just wait. There's some twists here. All right. So now, David? What was your vice? What vice did you pick?
Well, a little bit on the dishonest side.
Dishonest. That's a great one. I love that. I can't wait to see that in action. Okay, Paul?
Nymphomaniac.
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
Nymphomaniac.
Okay, well, if we're going to go, we might as well go.
Hey.
Like I said, 18 plus on the channel. It's okay. All right, Sterling.
Gambler.
Gambler. Okay, so gambler. Nice. Is that like a gambling addiction? Like, are you that much of a gambler? Like, would you wager anything with anybody?
Okay, so I was kind of thinking of like the character from Jordan's book. The dice is always spinning in his head, and he's always operating on the basis of chance.
Okay, well, like I said, there's going to be some twists in this game, so don't count on that yet. Chris has played, so I think he knows what's about to happen. Chris, what did you pick?
I don't know if this will go in with gambler, so we might have to change it, but addictive.
Addictive? No, because that could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not just addicted to gambling and trying to make money and making
Just
bets and wagers.
Personality.
You have an addictive personality. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, his thing isn't making money; it's the fact that he's willing to bet. It's like an overconfidence betting aspect of that.
I think when you call that overconfident, and maybe.
Or you operate, you operate on the basis of I'm going to gamble and I believe I can do that. When it comes to a chancy situation.
Okay, I'm going to replace our main screen for just a moment. Actually, I think I can drag the way I did this. I might be able to drag it over. Let's see. Tell me if you can. Let me just close this out for a moment. Tell me if you can see what I drag over. I may have to share it separately. Can you see this? It's a chart. If you
No.
can't,
No.
okay,
No.
then I'm gonna share it out right now. Yeah, here we go. We'll do that. All right, can you see it now?
For a
It
second
was,
there,
It was there for a moment and then disappeared. Yeah, hold on, I got this. There we go. It didn't work either. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make it easy on myself. Let me reshare this out real quick. And there, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I love that you wrote down these vices and virtues. So we're going to start with the virtue, and we're going to go to our left. So I put myself at the top of the list, but if you go down the left-hand side and you see that person, so for example, Chris, you will be passing your virtue to Sterling. Sterling,
Okay.
you will pass your virtue to David. David, you will pass your virtue to Paul. So if you would take another piece of paper and write down the virtue that we're passing, that is now your new virtue. So starting with so starting with Chris. Chris,
Yeah.
what virtue are you passing to Sterling?
I am giving him calm.
Okay. Sterling, you're actually calm.
Okay. Great.
Okay, Sterling, what was the one you're passing over to David?
Pragmatic.
Pragmatic. David, you have a hard one to role play. I can't wait to see that one. That's going to be good.
Okay.
Then David, what are you passing to Paul?
Resourceful.
Resourceful. And then Paul, you're passing yours to Chris. What's that?
Strong-willed.
Strong-willed. So write those down. Those are actually now your virtues. All right. Now we're going to go the opposite way with the vices. So we'll start. Yeah. So we'll start with Paul. Paul, you're going to be passing your vice to David. So
David, you are now an nymphomaniac, sir.
Great. I am a pragmatic
nymphomaniac. Let's see how that plays out. That's going to be awfully
Yes.
fun.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm gonna deal with my excessive lustfulness reasonably and practically.
Yeah, exactly. David, you are passing yours to Sterling. What's yours?
He is dishonest.
Dishonest. All right, Sterling, you
Oh,
are
I-
now dishonest.
And calm.
Calm and dishonest. See, when you lie with a smooth, silky smooth way of doing it. Okay, and so Sterling, you're going to pass yours to Chris.
Son of a.
Gambler.
Gambler, and then I remember yours, Chris, because we talked about it. So Paul, you're going to be addictive.
Addictive. Son of a.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to stop sharing. Go back to sharing our tabletop here. We may come back to that chart again. We'll see how it goes. There we go. Okay, now you should see the tabletop again. Okay, next up, I'm going to introduce the beginning of the storyline to you, and then we're going to take another couple of steps in our character creation. All right, so 10 days ago, the entire world went dark. You look up to the sky and you don't see any stars or moon or sun or anything. It came out of nowhere. There was no warning. No sirens went off. It just happened. That was 10 days ago. All of you were travelers out there in the world doing your business, however you got to where you're not supposed to be, and you're trying to get to where you're supposed to be. I'm going to leave where that is up to you. Okay? You have been working hard to get a flight back to wherever you needed to be. We'll decide that in a moment if we need to. So, you finally got that flight, but it was 3 days or 4 days out. When you got to those couple of close days, you also heard that 5 days out, you started hearing some terrible, terrible things across the TV and the radio and the internet about them. They don't seem to have a form. They don't seem to have a lot of information, but it is known that they're dangerous to everyone. The only thing that's really known about them at all is they don't like the light. However, that didn't stop you. You kept trying to get on a plane home, and you succeeded. You got onto a very large jet with, guess what, 4 other people, or 3 other people rather, and the flight crew. You took off from that flight, and you've been flying through the darkness with the cabin lights on for hours and hours, way longer than you thought your flight should ever have been. No real word from the crew other than we're trying to find a place to land. Finally, the captain announces that they're landing the plane. You come down through a rainstorm into what you can see out the window is a very large airport. You're not sure which one. He's able to land a plane, pulls up to the gate. You realize that the gate you're at, even though it's at a very large airport, was for a much smaller plane. It wasn't a gate meant for a large jet. But you do see that they pull out the the rolling gangway that comes up to the front of the cockpit, up to the door. And where we're going to be starting is right when that door opens. So that's the story. Perpetual darkness. There's this rumor of a creature, a thing. They're just referring to as them or they. There's rain just pouring down on the tarmac of this airport, and they're just about to open the doors for you. Okay, we're going to pause there. The next thing I want you to do is create your concept. So take another piece of paper. You're just going to do 3 simple things in here. You're going to name yourself. You're going to describe in a simple sentence what you look like and a concept. What's your job? Why are you here? It can be very brief, just a few words, no more than a sentence. You can be anything you want, any job you want, just as long as it makes sense for
Go ahead now.
for the character you're putting together. So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't change anything. And I apologize. I was trying to adjust my volume here. For some reason, volume's not adjusting.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I was actually trying to lower the volume.
Oh, I'm loud.
Yeah, but my for whatever reason, my setup isn't seem to allowing me to control the volume control.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right. So
Name, look, and concept. What your occupation is. What are you doing? Keep lighting these candles while we're waiting for that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the name, the concept, and what was the other one?
Your look, what you look like. Are you 6 foot tall, skinny redhead, or whatever you look like?
Oh, I put that under concept. Whoops.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just
Wait, isn't that the concept?
no. There's name, look, and concept, and
Oh,
it doesn't really
okay.
matter. This is just for you to
Gotcha.
place reference to your character, right? So you know what your character is.
I'll just start a new. I'll rewrite it because I'll forget.
It's again just to be able to give yourself some descriptors for yourself when we're talking through your character. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Awesome.
Name, look, and what was
Concept.
the last one?
Concept. Your job. What do you do? What are you doing in life? Who are you? Just in a simple sentence. It doesn't have to be anything too elaborate. It'll develop over the course of the game based on your initial idea of your character. Say when.
When?
Okay.
When?
When?
Okay, good. We'll start at the top of my screen. So, David, introduce your character. Who are you?
Well, my name is Stephen, and I am 5'2". I'm kind of pudgy because I like my beer, and I've got brown hair and brown eyes. And I was actually traveling back from like an auto convention because I was trying to get some information and see the new things because I am in auto parts sales.
Auto parts salesman. Good deal. Thanks for that introduction, Paul.
My name is, thanks to David and the resourcefulness, my name is Angus Mac MacGyver.
Hey, let's not get any copyright thing issues here.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. That's my name. I'm blonde, blue eyes, 6'1", all around badass.
Okay.
Skilled in engineering, bomb disposal, military training, genius intellect.
Well,
I'm just going to put military training, okay?
I was thinking more like a TV show extra.
Angus
Extra.
MacGyver, the TV show Extra. Nice.
Extra? This is true. I'm actually just returning from a filming.
So are you going to go with that or the military guy? All right, Sterling.
Can I go with a who knows?
You go with the who knows?
So my name is Gavin. Tall, 6'2", dark elf-like, brown hair, light brown hair, blue eyes. Political business consultant who has worked for both governments and intel agencies.
Okay. This is a weird group on this plane. God, I've seen
Well,
games.
I mean, you gave me calm and dishonest.
Yeah,
so
that makes perfect sense, Sterling. Perfect sense. All right, Chris.
Intel agents are used to lying.
Yeah, they
and
are.
here we go with even more weirder on the plane. My name is Raven. I am 5'2", black hair with a green streak down the front. I look like a rocker, goth type person. I worked in what would they call a mystic bookshop
Mystic
and
bookstore.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm trying to just get recognition.
Okay.
I was told to get on the plane, and hopefully this was my next big break.
Awesome. All right. That's great. Those are good. This is going to be really fun. Can't wait to see how this rolls out. All right. So we have 2 more points we have to do in character creation before we can begin. So the next one is really important. I want you to think about this one. Take your next piece of paper and write down, "I will find hope, ... And then using your character concept, your vices and your virtues, I want you to think of something where your character, a moment where a character would find hope. I'll give you an example. I will find hope when I kill one of them. I will find hope when I find my sister. This is an important thing because with this one thing, you can get a special die in the game. So now remember, you have to fulfill this from a role-playing standpoint to use it. So think about that.
And it could fail.
It could fail. Yeah. You can't pick a moment that would be guaranteed to succeed either. Like, I wake up. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, it can't be super simple. It has to. I'm having trouble with mine, actually.
And remember the concept, the context of the game. You're kind of stranded. You don't know where you are. You're in perpetual darkness.
Perfect for me. Freaking Mac. W. Kobe. I think my cats are behaving right now. Shit.
Oh boy.
Hope this doesn't bite me in the ass.
It probably will.
Oh man.
If I have my way, it will.
Son of a. How's my microphone, by the way?
Sounds great. I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you fine.
headset.
I heard it on the recording. It sounded fine too.
How's my new clicky? Is that loud? Can you hear it?
I can hear it. Did you get a new tactile keyboard?
Yeah, I got so my rabbit months ago chewed a cord through my other keyboard. and my MacGyver skills came through and I fixed it.
Nice.
But then it started shorting, so I had to get something new. And I found a nice Logitech that runs for 120, I think. I got it for, well, I got that and a mouse that would have been about $200. I got it for 125.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right, everybody got their hope.
on OfferUp. Good old
Yes.
OfferUp.
Sterling, you still thinking?
No, I got mine.
Okay, good. Chris?
I'm finished. Oh, there we go.
Okay, good. We'll start at the top of the list again with David. What is your hope, David? I will find
Oh,
hope
boy.
when? Your moment.
Oh boy, I will find hope when I have a spontaneous hookup with a woman. Wait. Here's the practical thing for the purposes of hopefully keeping the population alive from the thing that's killing everyone.
Okay, that's a
Yeah,
good
Will
one.
is coming through soon.
So what's interesting is I don't think anybody. Raven is a guy, right?
Yes, he
Okay,
is. Yeah.
so there are no women on the plane.
So we're gonna have to find.
That's where
we're
you
gonna
start.
have to find.
That's where you
Yeah,
start.
well, we got no women on the plane, but when the doors open, maybe.
Maybe,
you never
maybe.
know.
There was a flight attendant that was a woman on the plane.
Hey,
I already said that, so it's got to be true. Okay, Paul, what is your hope? I will find hope.
I will find hope through finding out what I need to do. Why? Because I'm an all-around badass.
Okay. When you find out what you need to do, that's going to be really interesting. That could be just about anything. All right,
Hey.
Sterling, I will find
Keep it
hope.
broad.
I will find hope when I can get them to do my will or what I want.
Oh, so you need to manipulate
Gavin.
someone into doing Gavin? That's right, Gavin, right? That's your name? Your character's name?
Yeah.
When he manipulates someone into doing something that he wants them to do.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, and David's character's name is?
David's character's name is Stephen. We got Stephen, Angus, Gavin, and Raven on this plane.
I'm gonna have to write this down. I'm gonna forget it.
And then Chris, what?
All right, so hang on.
Oh.
So it was Stephen.
Angus, that's Paul. And Sterling, you're Gavin, and then Chris is
Yep.
Raven. I'd say Raven and Gavin are probably, and Angus and Gavin are probably closer together. Stephen stands apart, and Raven is the complete opposite of the rest of the group. So that's
Yes.
awesome. That is
Yes.
awesome. All right. So Chris, what is your moment?
I will find hope when I achieve acceptance in the society.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
So
needy. He's
yeah,
needy.
needy. All right. So those are your hopes. Now we got one more step that we have to do. This is called a brink. A brink is you're at your last moment. This is it. All things are coming down to this, right? And it's what's going to drive you in that last moment. However, this is a little different. So you're not writing it for yourself, and I even get to be involved in this part as the GM. So, for example, we're going to go on that chart that I showed you. We're going to go left to right. So, Paul, you have a really important job here because you're going to be writing something for them. So how this works is I'll start with myself. I'm going to write a brink for Chris. And that brink is going to be they, the proverbial they, saw, and your statement's going to be, I have seen you, ... And then you're going to pick something. It could be terrible. I have seen you kill somebody. I saw you steal something. Okay, now, this may tie into how maybe you guys knew each other, like maybe Gavin and Angus knew each other on the plane, whatever. This is going to play into that. Now, for me, I'm going to write something for Chris that they saw, the proverbial they. Okay. Now, you're not going to share this with each other. You're only going to share it with the person you're writing it for. So what I suggest the easiest way to do it would be to go and chat, pick their name, and chat to them what you wrote. Okay. Now, Paul, you have something. So how this is going to work, I'm going to write it for Chris. Chris, you're going to write it for Sterling. Sterling, you're going to write it for David. Paul, you're going to write it for them.
Okay, and which character is
Oh,
David?
hell.
David is Stephen. The
Okay,
And I'm writing.
Yeah, the auto parts sales guy. And David, you're writing for Paul, which is Angus, the
Angus.
maybe actor, who knows? Could be BSing everybody, guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can you read Stephen's description for me again?
Yeah, he was coming back from an auto convention. He's
5'2", brown-haired, brown-eyed,
Yep.
likes to drink, auto parts sales guy.
Okay. And his vice and virtue?
He's pragmatic is his virtue, and his vice is he's a nymphomaniac.
Got it.
And Doug, when I'm writing a brink, I'm writing it for Sterling. So how do I word that one? Because I'm
It
getting
always-
one from-
It always starts out with "I have seen you." Now, Paul, the one thing you can't do is write something for them that makes them weaker. But you are kind of defining a little bit about what they are when you do this. And it could be something like, "I've seen them eat a man's head with rows of sharp teeth." Whatever you can come up with that would be some guidance. Now, unlike you guys, I don't use that in any way other than narratively, but it's still very cool. And it's something you have the responsibility of. Could make or break how this goes for all of you. Of course, we all know how it ends. Okay, I'm going to take a minute to write mine as well.
So I'm sending it to you, right?
You are going to message it to the person that. So in this case, it would be me. Yes.
And I am giving this to Sterling, correct?
Correct. And Sterling's giving his to David. David's giving his to Paul.
And can I do like a broad idea for everyone, or does
No,
it have to
you
be
are
everyone
you are
individually?
only describing them. Something you've seen from them.
From them.
Right, that they've done. I have seen them ... And they are the enigmatic enemy that you don't know what they are yet.
And they respond to sound.
They do not. The only thing you know about them now that's been reported is they don't like the light.
They don't like light.
I sent mine to Sterling, so we should
Okay.
be all set.
Now, from a character perspective, you're the only two that know this. So
That's tough.
Chris knows this about your character. So Raven knows whatever this is about Gavin. Raven knows it too. So that can become part of your role-playing narrative as you go along. Okay, I got mine.
Tell me if this works.
Is mine okay, Sterling, or do we need to change it?
You're fine.
I'm going a little easy on you here, Chris. Now remember, there you go. And remember, direct message it to him so not everybody sees it.
Does that work, Doug?
It's let's see. I'll run with that. I'll run with that.
Well, hey, Doug, I
Yeah.
see how this is going to go.
All right.
I could have been a lot meaner, but you know.
Hey, your game, your rules. That's
Yeah.
fine.
All
And then
right.
I would write, they have seen me, correct?
Yeah, they have seen me. Blah, blah. And then now how that's going to play out is now we're going to make a quick stack of these cards. The brink, okay, your description you don't put in the stack. Don't worry about the description of your character. That's just a little aside thing for role playing. But what you're going to do is your brink is always going to be the last card in that. So take that brink, write it on a card, put it at the bottom of the stack. Then you can choose between your vice, your virtue, and your hope. And you can put them in order from top to bottom for yourself. I'm just going to take your word for it that that's how you stacked them. Now, what that means is when you have to roll dice and make a challenge and you fail, you can burn permanently burn, it doesn't mean you lose the trait, but it means you lose the ability to utilize it in this capacity, one of your traits. It's the trait that you have on top. So, for example, if your trait on top is strong-willed and you have to make a success check and you fail at it, or you want to re-roll, then you can burn strong-willed, but you have to put it into the narrative. Now, what in a normal game of 10 candles, when I say burn it, if you're sitting around the table, you would take that index card and you would put it you would light it with a candle and put it in that bowl in the middle. And it would be gone. You can't use it again. Now, unfortunately, because I'm the only one in Tabletop Simulator, when we do roll dice, I'll roll them for you. It's random. It's okay. But re-rolls in that will be your decision. So stack those, and then we have one teeny little thing to go through, and then we can I'll describe how the dice mechanic works, and we'll get going.
Real quick, so the vice, the virtue, and
your hope, your moment. I will find hope when. Now, here's the thing with the hope. I wouldn't put the hope thing on top for everybody. Maybe one person wants to. But the reason being is because if everybody's competing to try and get their role play the narrative of their hope, it'd be very challenging. When you do role play that narrative, you could win an extra die, and that die is permanent for the rest of the game, which makes it cool to get it early on. However, if you fail that challenge, you lose that die permanently as well. You won't retain it. So that moment is actually pretty important because an extra die in this game, especially toward the end, is critical.
So we're stacking these. So that the brink is on the bottom now. Is that the brink that was just given to me by
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, the brink that was given to you will be on the bottom.
Okay.
wait, shoot. Which one's the brink?
That's the one that says for you. I get the one that would say, "I have seen you."
Oh, gotcha.
The one that was given to you. I have seen
Yeah.
you do this, right? And you know what? Just for the sake of fun, I'm going to pretend I don't know what it is either. So we'll leave it at that for a moment. But you'll have to role play it when it comes up. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm all set.
Wait,
Okay.
I thought you said, I'm sorry. Because I got a message, so I lost track right there. So we stack the vice, the virtue, and
Your hope, your moment.
oh, and then what do we do with the brink?
It goes on the bottom of the stack always.
Gotcha.
It's the last thing you get to do.
Okay.
And usually it means something bad and tragic is about to happen. Okay. Well, I'll assume you're at a good point there. Last thing that we're going to do is if there's a inventory item, something you'd like to have on you, on your person, that would make sense. Let's identify that now. Remember, you're on an airplane.
One item.
It can be a couple items depending on what they are. Depending on the value of that item, I might restrict it, but it can be a number of things.
Do we put that on a separate sheet?
Yeah, just tell me what they are. Don't make it more than a few the items you could have carried in your pocket, though. Or maybe a backpack, like a carry-on item that you might have had.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Ready?
I'll go with it anyways.
So, who's got their items that they want ready?
I do.
Okay,
Me
go
too.
ahead. Go ahead, Chris. What are you going to have on you?
I just have my cell phone.
Cell phone. Okay. It's a good one. David?
I have a satchel with a laptop in there and a catalog of some of the car parts.
Okay, laptop and car part catalog. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. Sterling or Paul?
So in my back, I have a backpack with a CPU, cell phone. I carry a combat pen that just looks like a normal pen, and a small canister of pepper spray on my keychain.
Can you take pepper spray into an airport?
I think you
I think
can.
you can.
Okay. I'll allow it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Paul?
So I've got a few things.
Okay.
I've got like a tactical backpack, not really a military backpack, but like a adventure tactical,
Okay.
a small one.
Yeah.
I have my cell phone. I have a lighter, and mind
Okay.
you, these couple things are hidden. The lighter, and I also have a Swiss Army knife. And then I also have headshots, photos.
Okay. Headshots. Great.
I remember I have my Swiss Army knife. So
The Swiss Army knife, would that have gotten through customs? How'd you get that through customs?
I'm Angus MacGyver. Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm going to allow it. Somehow-
my keister.
Somehow
No,
you
I
got the Swiss Army knife. And I'm going to allow it because you said you had headshots. And that was funny. So I'll allow you to have the Swiss Army knife. All right. All right. So you guys have your items.
Yes.
Interesting. All right. So that's basically it. Now I'm going to describe a little bit of the mechanics so you understand what we're going to do. Now, again, like I told you in the beginning, you drive, especially in the beginning of this game, you drive most of the narrative. So you're going to start, I'm going to present you with the situation. Yeah.
Hang on. I got snacks.
Okay, Sterling also in place of the pepper spray.
No, I just they don't serve food on planes anymore,
Okay,
so I brought snacks.
that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, that is right. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yep, I think that's fair. So you got a weighted down backpack going on there.
Yeah,
I
not
am
really.
so prepared with just my cell phone.
Just your cell phone.
He's gonna DoorDash.
All right. So how this is going to work? You're going to role play things out. I'm going to present you a situation. You're going to walk your character through that situation, and if I deem that is something that you would require a challenge, we have dice in equal number to the candles that are on the table. Okay. There's only two outcomes for the dice that matter. There's a 6, in which case in these dice, these are custom for the tabletop, is a lit candle, and then there's also a dark candle. That's a 1. If you roll a lit candle, no matter how many you roll, it means you succeeded at what you were doing. Okay? As long as you roll 1. Now, the problem is with every 1 you roll, you lose that die to me for the duration of that scene. Doesn't mean you failed, because if you roll a 6, you still succeed, but you still lose the die. Now, here's where your virtues and vices come in. Let's say you didn't succeed at all, but you had 4 1s. You can burn one of your virtues, vices, or whatever, the one that's on top, to re-roll all the 1s. Only the 1s. So the worst scenario you can have is no 6s, no 1s. That means you fail outright. Okay? If you have, like I said, all you need is 1 6, but you can choose. If, let's say you did succeed, you had 1 6, but you had 4 1s, and you wanted to re-roll those 1s, you can take that virtue, vice, whatever, and put it into the narrative to re-roll all those 1s, but you'll lose that vice. That means you only have so many re-rolls left.
So why do you? I mean, if you got a 6 or a 1, why would you need to re-roll the other ones?
Because I'm going to take your 1s, and so the next part of this, I can challenge you for the narrative. So let's say you've been succeeding like crazy. Half the dice are 1s now, and you roll and you succeed. Well, I can then roll all the dice I've taken, and if I match or beat you with the number of successes, 6s, then I can take control of that narrative and do bad things to you.
Okay.
So you do want to re-roll 1s if you feel it's appropriate. You may never. It's totally up to you how you want that to go. Now, when you fail, that marks the end of a scene, and we're going to darken one of the candles at that moment. The scene then changes, and we're going to do something called a round of truths, where each of us is going to speak a new truth about what's happening in the world. These truths can be anything. They can be, a truck pulled up. It doesn't matter what it is. When we get to that, you'll see how it works. And we're going to go around and tell truths based on the number of the candles that are left lit. I get to participate in that too, and I can put some spins on those things. Now, truths are to drive the storyline, not necessarily to make things easier for you. So when we get to that point, you're thinking of a truth. Don't necessarily think of the truth that's going to best benefit the characters. Think of a truth that's going to move the story forward, advance the story forward in interesting ways. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, let's get started. The plane door is being unlocked by the ground crew. The stewardess, her name is Karen, is standing there, flight attendant, is standing there opening the door right now. The rain is pouring down. You can hear it hitting the plane. The plane, for some reason, the whole flight, and even up till now, you can probably guess why, they've kept the cabin lights on. The interesting thing when you look out into the airport is it's not very lit. In fact, there's a lot of dark areas. They're lighting the area where you're going to deplane with one of those portable stand-up lights on a generator. You know, like you've seen at airports. It's on like a cart being pulled by a little battery-powered cart and lighting the area where you're going to deplane. You can see some lights inside the terminal. It's a small terminal where you're at, but it's a very large airport. And that's where we're going to start. You hear the rain starting to come into where they open the door. The four of you are sitting there. No one's even addressed you yet. There's something going on.
And it's time for what I eat. I pull out a snack.
Okay. So you're going to stay in your chair, pull out a snack.
I'm just on my phone, kind of not paying attention to anybody at this point.
Okay.
Like I've been on planes before. Things have happened. I'm whatever.
All right.
My eyes are on Karen, the flight attendant, and kind of finding ways that I can maybe use the situation to escort her to safety, make sure that she gets off the plane with the motive of, I have to feed my my vice.
I want to say that I can see that kind of off the corner of my eye, and I kind of roll my eyes. I'm like,
Creeper.
And I just like, no, Dave, how old are you about?
He's probably 40.
Okay.
Steven's
Karen,
40.
We'll say Karen's in her 30s, somewhere in the
Okay.
30s.
Okay.
Not too much younger than you. She obviously has been a flight attendant for a while, probably.
You remember I'm pulling out a snack because I'm calm.
Right. So you're just sitting there calmly munching on a snack.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of taking a look at the whole situation, keeping an eye on everybody. Just try to make sure, just being aware of my surroundings.
Okay. I assume you're all close enough to the front where most of you would see this, but the captain does come out the cabin door at this point, and he and Karen have a conversation together. They're briefly talking. Let me know if you want to do anything about that. Otherwise, I'll continue.
I'll listen in. I'll try and listen in.
Listen.
Yeah. Well, what does it look like? A calm conversation or aggressive, worried?
Does it? Okay, that's a great question. Let's roll some dice.
Oh no, here we go.
Let's roll some dice.
All right, I'm gonna roll all the dice for you, Paul. You're gonna be making a check to see if you are able to observe how this situation is playing out. So let's grab all the dice here. I think I'll move them to where everybody can see them, and we'll roll. Oh man,
Holy shit.
I don't know if you can see the dice.
Yeah, it doesn't look
You
good.
have 2 successes and 4 failures. So you are going to succeed in this check. You can tell what the situation is. So, but you have 4 dice that are ones at this point. Do you want to let that go?
What do you mean? What are my options?
Your options are you can get a reroll by what's your top card there?
Addictive.
Addictive. So if you can work addictive into the narrative, I will let you reroll all those ones. Or you can let it go.
Oh, you got to know.
That's the thing. That's my personality. I was going to say that exactly. I have to know. Like,
remember, you did succeed. You will know. It's just at what cost.
But I need to get in there and figure it out. I need to know what's going on. Like my senses are heightened right now. I'm trying to figure everything out because we already know that there's the situation. How long has this been going on? This whole them situation.
Them has been about 5 days. 3 to 5 days.
Oh, okay. So I'm on super high alert because it's new.
It's new.
Yeah.
And
so
the darkness has been about 10 days now.
Yeah, I want to get in there and know what's going on. I need to know. Like,
okay. Well, you have succeeded. So the question is, at what cost? Do you want to burn a trait to reroll those ones, or do you want to run with the narrative? You have succeeded.
So what's the value in him re-rolling those?
Well, I'm going to take all those dice, and when you roll again, you will not have them.
So I lose all those ones.
All those ones are going to go away.
Damn.
Yeah, they're going to go out of our pool completely.
And into my pool.
Out of our pool as a group.
Yep.
Oh, snap. And then if I want to challenge it,
you have to use your top card. You're going to burn it, and you get to re-roll the ones. But you have to work it into the narrative.
But I just did if I do it.
Yeah, you did. You did. Absolutely. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to. Just in case, I will set them aside so you can re-roll them.
For the team.
Okay, you're going to take one for the team?
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, so we are going... Okay, so right now, proverbially, I'm throwing your trait into the bowl. You have to know. Making you crazy. You got to know what's going on.
My addictive vice.
Your addictive vice. Just now, you tear that up. It's gone. You can't use it again. And hopefully you have a better roll on these 4 dice. Here you go. Nice. Yes. Actually, that was great. So now you sacrifice none of your dice. Okay, here's what happens. You hear the captain say, no, there's nobody there. You don't understand. We got to get him off the plane now. And Karen says, what do you mean there's nobody there? She says, these people here are the only ones that stayed behind. There's nobody else.
Nobody else?
There's nobody else. Great question.
Inside the plane, outside the plane, nobody else around at all?
You know there's some people on the ground crew because you can see them.
Okay, yeah.
He then goes back into the cockpit. He'd already said something. He goes, and she comes back to you all and announces that she says, I know this is unusual. We're not following some typical protocols, but we're going to get you off the plane now. So if you'll just make your way to the gangplank over here and just make your way down, let's get everybody off and into the terminal.
But why?
Well, she looks confused and says,
do
you want to stay on the plane?
No, why? I mean, nothing seems to be wrong.
Have we arrived at where our destination? That's what it is.
No. We were unable to land at our original destination. And you guys know this because the plane took hours and hours. It seemed like it took hours longer than it should have to land. But they didn't tell you anything other than there was problems at the airport. So she says, no, we are actually at a different airport. She says, we're at the Dallas airport. Now, I don't have that memorized, so don't hold me to it. But she says, yeah, we're at the Dallas airport. That's not at all where any of you intended to be.
Is she calm?
Not really. And because you succeeded so well, I'll tell you, she is not calm.
She's shook, huh?
Yeah, she's trying to present composure to you, but you could see it just seething inside. She's very nervous.
I'm going to go ahead and put my phone away in my back pocket and finally kind of just hone in the whole situation because something's not right. I've been on planes like this before. Nothing this bad has always happened to me. So I'm kind of honing in on the situation.
Okay. You see the lights in the cabin flicker for just a minute, and she literally jumps out of her skin.
Stephen's gonna. Karen, what about you? You can't stay on this plane, and you're not going to be able to leave because you haven't. There's not enough fuel to go to the next destination. We've been flying around for a long time. Can you come with us? I'll look out for you. I'll get you.
Oh,
You cut off for a moment there, Dave, but I got the gist of that. She says, well, I'm getting off the plane. And that's all she says about that. Do you want to turn this into a situation where you're going to roll?
Hang on. You know what,
Okay.
Doug? I missed on the connection now. So if you can repeat that, I'm sorry. It was,
Yeah. So she says, of course I'm getting off the plane. If you want that to be more meaningful than that, we can turn that into a challenge. Like if you want to actually attract her to want to follow you, we can turn that into a challenge.
Something froze up here, so I'm not sure if I'm seeing you. I would actually, if we can, I would be willing to, if we can roll to
Okay.
see how the situation plays out.
Okay.
And while he's
So I'm
rolling,
trying to. I want her to try to.
nice.
I want her to come with me because I have my motives.
Score.
So,
You're welcome, sir.
So why would we roll on that? Well, because he's trying to persuade her to do something.
Mhm.
Specifically, right? So you have succeeded at that. She says, "What's your name? Stephen? Stephen, is it?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. I'll stick with you and the rest of the group." She says, but she emphasizes you. So I'll stick with you and the rest of the group. I know we all have to stay together and be safe.
Okay.
So
then
while they're, yeah, go ahead.
And then she's basically wanting to help you all get off the plane at that moment in time.
Perfect.
is she leading the way now? Or is she kind of waiting for one of us to make a move?
She looks like she's waiting.
I'll step forward and move up. I have my Swiss Army knife in my hand now, but hidden, like not showing, not like,
Okay.
hey,
Okay.
just kind of, on the low key.
I'm going to get up as quickly as possible and kind of be the next one to get out.
Okay, so you jump up and filter in behind Angus.
So while the guys are all doing this, I'm going to be on my laptop and my cell phone to call one of my intel buddies and see whether or not I can get any information on what's going on.
Okay, your laptop has 0 internet connection.
Oh, okay.
And your cell phone is just going to an emergency broadcast message.
Oh,
Yeah.
all our cell phones are useless. Does he mention anything about his cell phone or his items not working?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
These things aren't working.
I pull mine out and
Same.
Yep. Do. Yep. There's no service. You can connect to emergency services, and it's just broadcasting a message.
okay.
Take shelter, stay in a lit area, gather food and water.
So can we call each other?
I don't know. Do you want to try?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, play that out. I don't know how that. You guys don't really know each other very well.
Yeah, what's your number, Stephen? Stephen, Chris, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so Chris, you need to give me your number.
He's
I'm
Raven.
going to try and call you.
Raven. Character's
Oh,
Raven.
Raven. Oh, no,
David,
there's
can you
another-
hear us?
I can now. I'm sorry. I have stuff that's kind of cutting in and out. I keep getting the little your internet connection is unstable or something like that.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Okay, so we're all kind of standing in front of the plane, and you're asking for numbers.
I want to see whether we can call it, communicate. What if we get separated? So want to be able to communicate. So let's exchange numbers so we can text message and call each other.
Well, I don't think we should just separate like this. I think we should just get off this plane and stick together as much as we can. I don't think phones are going to work out here right now, no matter
I'll-
what we try to do.
I think we should. I give him my number if we're all staying together and in this conversation, or are we separated? Because he says he's still staying down. So is he yelling across the plane? Is he
No,
only a seat away?
You guys, I'm going to assume you're all up closer to the front. It was completely empty other than you.
Okay, yeah. So I agree on exchanging information. We should stick together though. We are going to stick together, but I agree with exchanging information. Hey, the phones might come up. Maybe text messages working. So I'll do that and we'll try that out.
Right. Well, I think.
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead. Okay. I was going to say, Stephen is going to say, like, we, our main focus is they're telling us we have to get off this plane. Practically, if we can get indoors in the airport, there should be light there. There's shelter. I'm sure we could find some food, gather up, and maybe, we could find a spot where if we need to seek shelter, perhaps we can, get into one of the restrooms or, find an unlocked door. We can get in there. We need to do that. We need to make sure that we get Karen to safety as well as the rest of us. So I think that we're going to have to, if there's people coming out, we see people coming out with lights trying to get us off the plane. I think that we should move as quickly as we can, and we should get into the airport terminal itself.
Okay, so
then we can worry about exchanging information.
Well, so we did that. All I want to know is whether or not I can communicate with one of them.
No, you're still on the plane. No one's gotten off the plane yet.
Okay. Wait, so why? Okay, so I'd like to ask Karen, why are we getting off the plane?
I'm asking you to get off the plane. Actually,
I said why?
Why?
Yeah,
we're at the airport.
Yeah,
she says
we're not at the we're not at the destination we intended to arrive at.
No, but we have no, sir. And then the door opens where the captain is, and he comes out. He goes, "Look, sir, what's your name?"
Gavin.
Gavin. You have to understand, we've been flying for an excessive amount of time. We have no fuel left. We have to deplane and be able to figure out what we do next to get you to your destination. So if we could all just get off the plane, that would be fantastic.
By this point, I am frustrated enough where, I am going to get off the plane first.
Okay.
It seems like we're not going to go anywhere if nobody starts it. So I'm going to not say a word, and I'm just going to get up and leave.
Okay.
I'm seeing Gavin snacking, and I'm like, hey, come on, man, let's get out of here. Let's get inside. Like
You're
Stephen said.
You're smacking me?
So
I see you snacking. I see you eating.
Oh.
So Raven actually pushes
past
you and gets off the plane. He pushes right past you, and he starts to get to go down the gangplank. Chris, what does Raven see? What are you seeing when you hit the gangway down?
Gangway, we don't know what time of day is it, right?
No, it's dark and rainy.
Really it's rainy and dark. I see the blackness of the outside. There is no lights. There is no stars, oddly enough, for some reason. That's strange. But nobody else but, the six of us or however many are on this crew with us. That's all that I've seen. I don't see any cars, any people, nothing.
That's right. Good. Okay, yes, that's what you see. You do see that the two crew members that are waiting at the bottom, they don't look like they're calm. They look like they're pensive. They're waiting for you guys to get off the plane, and they don't look like they're eager to be standing out here waiting.
How dark is it? Like pitch dark, or are there lights still through the terminal?
There is a light in the terminal, and there is a light on a cart. Like, one of those ones that stand up on a pole that have a little self-generator going, lighting the gangway that brings you down to the terminal. And you're going to have to go outside for just a brief moment. It's because it was meant for a much smaller plane. So This is one of those ones where you have to exit, go outside for a minute when you hit the bottom, and go into the terminal.
Is there any point where it's so dark that it would be wise to have my lighter out just for light? And
not at this moment. The cabin lights are on the plane, and that bright light is on outside.
Okay.
No, I'm kind of curious. If I go, you said there's two workers kind of at the bottom, kind of just thinking.
Yeah, they're wearing those yellow jackets. They look like ground crew. You know, the reflector jackets. They look like a ground crew, but there's only two of them, which seems a little unusual as well.
I try and urge everybody else to get up and get moving. As per Stephen said, let's get into safety. Let's get into some shelter where there's light out of the darkness. We do have to go through darkness, unfortunately. If there's any, like I said, if there's any pure darkness, then I'll have my lighter out as well and fire up the little torch.
Okay.
And also remind Gavin that there is some snacking inside. Let's go get some to eat. Let's get our wits together and our nerves together.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Karen by her hand and say, "Come on, let's go," and start getting closer up, like behind Raven, to start going towards the gangplank. But Steven's also going to talk back to ask the captain, "Are you coming with us?"
He looks thoughtful for a moment and then says, "Yes, I am."
All right, well, come on, come with us.
It's pretty clear he's not sharing something with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think if I went up to the two workers at the bottom, do you think they would know anything?
They might.
So
I normally wouldn't stick my neck out for a bunch of strangers, but I want to try to see what is going on. Nobody knows, and somebody has to start the ball rolling.
So you walk down, and what? What do you do? What do you say? What do you say to them?
Hi, I'm sorry. This is not normal for me, but do you know what is going on here? Somebody has to know.
They exchange looks. A man that is older, probably in his 40s, pretty ordinary description. Again, he's wearing a yellow jacket. He says, "Yeah, I'm the crew chief here, and I stayed behind to help deplane for you. You're it. There are no other planes. We have to get out of here."
What? What do you mean we're it?
This is the last plane that's come to the airport in the last 24 or so hours. We were able to communicate with you and get you to land, but with the tower out and everything, it was very difficult, and we just need to get you out of here.
Where are we?
You're in Dallas, Fort Worth, sir.
That's not where I'm supposed to be.
I'm sure. And he just leaves it at that. Doesn't say anything after that. I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh,
He said, by the way, I'm Ground Crew Chief Olson, and I do want to get you off the plane and get you into where it's safer inside the terminal.
Fine, I will gladly follow you. But this isn't right. There's got to be something else going on here. This is not right.
Well, sir, the airport is running on emergency power at this point. We've lost contact with a great many people. We're just happy to be able to get here and help you get off the plane. We volunteered to stay behind and do that.
Is there any staff inside the airport, or are we it?
The two people exchange looks with each other, and Olson looks at you and goes, "I don't know."
Oh my God.
All right, what are the rest of you doing? He's down at the bottom of the gangway talking to the two crew
Like I said, I'm trying to usher everybody off.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask the captain a question. So, safe from what? What are you not telling us?
Well, we're on he goes, just can we discuss this in the terminal, please? The captain says, and he kind of urges you to move along. He's not being aggressive, but he's urging you to move along and get off the plane.
Let's just get off the plane.
Yeah.
Maybe he's.
Steven's like, in his pragmatic way is basically saying, I think that, they're saying that we need to get inside. This makes sense. Let's get inside. They're very concerned about us getting off this plane. Let's get inside. And we can regroup there, and then we can discuss and figure out what's going on here. Right now we're just wasting time. These people are obviously very, very upset. They've stayed behind for us. Let's move things along, respecting them. Let's just get off the plane.
I'm wondering why we're the only ones. Why no other planes.
The better question, those who stayed behind from what?
The captain says again, I'm happy to talk about all of that with you, not here. So if we can work our way inside, I will give you some more details.
Yeah, let's get inside.
But we have to get off the plane. And as he says that, the cabin lights flicker again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's time to get off the plane.
I'm outside. Do I see, like, I'm imagining I'm looking at like the body of the plane. Do I see, them finally making the decision to come down?
Yeah, you see them mulling around up in the top at the light in the cabin, and they finally start to come out. Looks like the captain was getting a little heated with them and trying to get them to move along. And as far as outside is concerned, you can't see that much. You can see the light, like the interior lighting of the terminal, which is definitely emergency lighting. You can see immediately around you because of the overhead, the stand-up light that they got on the cart, and that's it. Otherwise, it's dark and rain everywhere else.
I try and get everybody together. And if they agree, I want to get to the cart where there's plenty of light.
It's just at the bottom of the gangway where they're deplaning you.
And
it's like right there.
Is it mobile?
It is.
Then I'd like to move that along with the group up to the terminal.
One of the crew goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" As you get down there and start to grab the cart. Whoa,
No,
what are you doing? He says. What are you doing?
I want to ask them and gesture that we all move together.
Well, hold on a moment, sir. It's lit all the way to the terminal. You can see fine. Let's just get everybody off the plane right now. We'll take care of the equipment. We don't want you to hurt yourself.
How about you guys help me and get this moving together? Everybody move together. We know that we're safer in the light. Darkness is bad.
Well, he says our plan was to go get your luggage, but we need to move that. We need to get you inside where it's lit so we can move this light back to where we get your luggage.
I think we should just wait on that luggage. Don't worry about it. Maybe
if you don't want your luggage, we can skip that.
Can I hear any of that conversation?
Oh yeah, you're down at the bottom. You've been down there, yeah.
As far as I know, I think I have everybody together except for maybe Sterling.
I don't know. Sterling,
Gavin. He may still be on the plane. I don't know.
That's followed.
Okay, so everybody's at the bottom. Stephen, you're holding Karen's hand. She is sticking with you. Her hand is clammy. You're pretty sure she knows more than she's saying at the moment. But she looks, especially when she got off the plane and hit the bottom of where the tarmac is, she got more nervous.
Karen, it'll be okay. I'm gonna make sure that you're safe. We're gonna figure this out when we get in there. When we get inside, we'll figure this out. Right now, I just want to get you to safety.
Okay.
Can we just move? We've been out here way too long. Something is gonna happen. We need to get inside now.
Yeah, and I'm explaining to the guys that this is not the time about our luggage. This is about safety and keeping us all together, getting everybody inside. So hopefully they agree that let's move the light with us.
Olson says, "Sir, if I don't get your luggage now, I will never get it. Do you want it? If you don't want it, that's fine."
Screw with the luggage. We need to get inside now.
Okay. All right. So this light is illuminating almost the entire area right up to where you would go inside. So you could move it. You don't know how much good that would do you, but you can certainly move it.
I'm going to try and stay in the pool of light as much as possible.
Okay. Oh. So you want to wheel it closer to the...
hang on, before we do that, I want to know, are there things that could be in the luggage that could be useful later?
Could be. That's part of the narrative. You tell me.
Okay, so I definitely want my luggage.
Yeah, that definitely we could once we get inside, we could paw around the luggage and see what's there.
Well, they have to get it, and they want to use that mobile light, to go to the back of the plane where they can get the luggage.
Okay,
so that's one of the reasons they want you to go inside where there's light.
So that's fine. Let's go.
Let's get inside.
Okay. Paul, is Angus still insisting on pulling the light along?
If everybody's upon agreement, I think we should, and unless we're going back to get the luggage afterwards, but I think we need to get moving.
Okay. So you move into, okay, you start heading into the terminal. You get in there. Who's in first? Who goes in first?
Me,
I think it's Chris. Yeah,
Okay.
looks like Raven.
Raven.
Raven. Yep.
Raven, explain your scene. What do you see when you walk into the doors as they part open for you?
Yeah, hey, and Raven, try and be happy.
Why would I do that? I'm with a bunch of total strangers. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
See a happy scene. See a happy scene.
Doug, are you gonna have to make me roll for that? That'd be interesting.
Yeah. You tell me. What do you want out of that? So,
yeah. So I'll roll for it.
you're gonna roll to do what?
Hey, if you want to
Make Raven, Raven, try and lighten up. Be calm. Be happy.
that is fair because I have been acting very brash and very just nervous the entire time. I want to get things done, and nobody's doing anything.
So Sterling, you're gonna try and calm Raven down.
Well, I'm going to try and get him to do what I want.
Okay, is that the top card you have?
The top card. Let me look. Well, my top card is calm.
Okay, but it's not your hope, where your hope is to manipulate somebody, right?
Oh no, that's yeah. Well, no, that's not my hope. My hope
Okay.
is the bottom.
Right. No, your brink's at the bottom. Your hope would be one up from that. Or maybe, depending on how you stacked them. But the top one's calm, so I don't know that narratively absolutely try and calm it down. I don't know if you want to make a roll for it or not. We can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So say, it's a Raven. You should be calm.
Okay.
Be happy.
Here we go. Raven is not happy. In fact, you are going to fail.
Oh no.
Okay.
You have 1-1 for reroll. You could burn your calm, which you're already doing because you're trying to calm him down. So that would be, in effect, a good narrative way to do that. But you're only going to get to reroll 1 die.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
So, before we do that, though, before I close the scene out, Raven, what did you see when you went into the doors and you hear him trying to calm you? What kept you from becoming calm?
They don't know this, but I don't like the dark. And the more I'm in the dark, the worse I'm gonna get. But when I open, do I go inside?
Yeah, the door's open. The door's parted. You went inside before he started that action. So I want to give you a chance to describe what you see before we close out this scene.
Okay. So he tries to calm me down. I'm gonna storm out, and I'm not in the best of moods. I walk through the doors, and all I see is the rows and rows of those plastic seats that everybody sits at. There's garbage everywhere, just strewn about with papers, and it looks like people have tried to stay here, but for some reason has been evacuated. Since we were the last ones to be here, we don't know. This may have been here for a couple of weeks. We have no idea.
That's a great description.
Everything is dark, and
did you take your morose pills this morning or what?
Morose pills. So,
knowing me, probably.
So what you see, how this plays out, is you see Raven, the doors part. Raven steps in, and you can visibly see him stiffen, and you start trying to calm him down, Gavin, and it's clearly something that he's seen is disturbing him greatly. That's where the scene ends. That's where the candle, now I snuffed your first candle. It's now dark, and we're going to move on to the next scene. So the first thing that happens is we're going to start speaking some truths. And Sterling, it's going to start with you, then go to Paul, David, myself, Chris, and then back around until we've done 9 truths. Now, it always starts with, the world is dark. The world is dark. So, Sterling, a truth is going to be a truth about the next scene that you're walking into.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind you've just walked into the terminal. Raven has seen a place of there's some light, but it's dark. There's trash everywhere, just all those plastic seats. No one's around. What's your truth? What's the first truth that gets spoken about what's happening next?
First truth. There's garbage all around. It looks like it's been that way for weeks.
That's what Raven thought, yes.
Based off of what he saw, yeah.
And the first truth.
But wait, it's only been like 5 days though, right?
10, since
10
the world went
seconds.
dark.
Okay.
Okay, and there's light in here.
Some
the
light.
first truth.
There's a lot of dark. There's some light in here.
Okay. Is it garbage?
There's garbage strewn all over the place.
It smells?
I don't know. That's up to you. Do you want that to be your truth? The garbage smells? It can be.
Let's see. The first truth. We're very much alone.
Very much alone. That's a great truth. I like that one. Okay, Paul.
Shoot. We're still hopeful.
That's a given.
Damn it. Damn it. We are not alone.
We are
But
not
he said
alone.
we're alone.
So
He
he
said
just
we're
said
alone.
you're very much alone. If you say we are not alone, that could mean something entirely different.
Exactly.
Okay, we are not alone, but you're also very much alone. Okay. David, what is your truth for this scene?
The electrical power grid, basically the supplying the emergency power to the airport, is unstable. Could go at any time.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Okay.
I got a question. Are we going to go hide in a room with a bunch of saws too?
No.
All of the screens, this is my truth, all of the screens in the airport are dark. Nothing broadcasted.
There's no CNN.
Right.
Oh, good.
Okay, Chris.
There are vending machines up against the wall.
Good call. Okay.
He's hungry.
Sterling, you go again.
I guess there's a few rats around snacking on the garbage.
Rats are snacking on the garbage. Okay. We'll figure out how to put that in the narrative. Paul?
We're not gonna make this easy for you, Doug. I hope you know that.
No, that's okay. I can manage
Vending
it.
machines are empty.
Oh, God. Okay, well, I told you make it interesting, so all right. Are empty. We got two more. David?
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! The two men that went to get our luggage, they're not making it back.
Oh,
Nice.
thanks.
Okay.
How does that help us?
Well, I said this doesn't have to help you. The truths are just there to set the scene. Okay, and then I'll go through what the scene looks like. The last part of that is Karen is panicking. That's my last truth. Okay, so we've spoken our truths. Now we're going to get on with the scene. Here's what happens. Raven steps into the door, clearly disrupted and disturbed by what he sees there. Empty vending machines, rats scurrying around the ground. The two, as you guys start to enter, Gavin tries to calm Raven down and fails miserably. Something terrible is going. It's just not happening because of what you can see inside there. You feel, you don't see anybody, but you feel like you're being watched at every moment. The two guys, Crew Chief Olson and the other guy who didn't speak or say much, they start to wheel the cart back toward getting where your luggage is. And as soon as they get back there, you hear a loud bzzz, and everything goes dark.
Well,
You still have light in the
thanks,
terminal.
dude.
You still have light in the terminal, but it's flickering. And when it flickered, that lamp outside went off, and you don't hear a scream. You don't hear words. You hear nothing.
Where's the pilot?
He is actually still there with you. He was
I
coming
wanna
off the
confront
plane.
him. He said he was going to tell us what's going on. Let's go. Let's get some info.
All right.
What's going on?
Okay, so that's the scene.
What the is going on, man?
He stops. He goes, "Haven't you heard? Haven't you
Obviously
noticed?" He points
Notice,
outside.
but
No.
you know something more than what we know.
He goes, "Well, they've evacuated everything. Those things, whatever they are killing, taking, doing something with people, and so they are evacuating to shelters where there's light. We were going. The airport was meant to be part of one of the emergency relief centers, but it was attacked, and the only thing left are the emergency lights, and I think the generators were damaged." And as he's saying that, you see the lights in the cabin of the airplane also go off. He goes, "And we were out." He points at the plane and says, "We were out of power. That something
So
was
he
draining
was-
our batteries."
He was holding that back. He didn't want to tell us. Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything inside, like a generator or something? Does anybody know how to fix whatever we think we can fix?
MacGyver's here.
Hey, yeah. I can help you with that. So I try and get some power back up.
You're standing in a terminal, like a low, like a terminal for a 12-seater plane.
I asked the pilot if he knows where the generator would be or any power relays.
He looks at you like you're crazy. Why would I know that? He said, I don't know.
If you're willing to go search for something, I'll split off from the rest of the group and go with him.
The captain says, "I think we should stay here. There's light. It's dark out there, and I feel like something's just out there. I feel it. Don't you?"
I think that's a good idea. And Karen, and I have to ask, obviously Karen is very upset.
Yeah, she's starting to cry. David, you keep cutting out, man. I'm sorry. I'm not hearing you right now.
Oh,
Karen is very upset. She needs to be calmed. I wonder if there's a bathroom with a lounge.
Come on, a bathroom. Let's be civil about this, okay?
Yeah.
are you playing Sterling or Gavin?
I was playing.
He was
I was playing
observing
Chris-
how Stephen was reacting to her, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll wait for David to come back. It looks
Yeah,
like
we
he
need to
locked
find out
up.
what he said.
I'm back.
Oh, you're
You
back.
know what?
Okay.
Hey, Doug, if you can see, I'm right now I'm using Zoom client, and I was going to try and go through my browser because it keeps jumping out. It says, "Please wait. The meeting host will let you in soon." So I'm not sure if you see anything pending from me there or not.
I don't. I don't. That means that you had another meeting request in, but I don't see it. I don't even know
Okay.
how to change that, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll
Let me
just
see if
gonna
there's
roll it.
two of you in the. Nope, there's not two of you in. Oh wait, there is. Hold on, I can remove it. Maybe this will
Okay.
help. I hope I didn't remove
Okay.
you.
That was nope. You did. So actually,
you're
you know what
good.
I'm going to do is I am going to check out from this and let me just log in from the other way, and you'll have to let me in. So just give me
I'll
one second.
keep an eye on it. Sounds
Okay,
good.
sounds good. Sorry.
No, it's
let's
okay.
see.
This is our first run.
Yeah.
It's going okay. All right, so you see Stephen whispering to Karen. We'll find out what he whispered in a moment. The rest of you, and then it looks like Gavin starts making some interestingly snide remarks about that. Why don't you go find a lounge?
I'm just rolling my eyes because, I'm seeing Steven act like a total flirt, and, he's not going to get anywhere with her at this point.
She is crying. She's like tears are streaming down her face. She's shaking. It's not a good scene for her.
You don't want to die a virgin, do you, honey?
She's a flight attendant.
The captain steps back up to the door that leads outside, and he's staring to where the other two crew members, because you guys don't seem to care about that. So he's like staring out there where the other crew members had gone off to seek your luggage into the darkness and just watching to see.
I thought we lost our luggage completely.
You have, because unless you want to try and get out there in some light, but those two guys went out there and have not come back.
I will try. You know what? If I'm gonna gamble, it's like at this point I have nothing to live for. I'm not gonna be able to get where I'm gonna go based off of what's going on. So I am going to try and go get our luggage.
Okay.
We have no light.
Do you have that's the first problem you run into.
I mean, you're gonna be running out there in the dark.
But I do have my phone. Does my phone
It
still
does.
Okay.
Can I use? I'm gonna try and use my phone to see, and hopefully turn on my light turns on my phone.
Okay. You turn the light on your phone. Are you telling anybody what you're planning to do? Or are you just doing it? Like, are you just sitting there fiddling with your phone while everybody's talking?
I feel like I wouldn't at this point because I still don't know them all that well. I think I'm just gonna do what's best for me.
Okay.
And the group, but mostly for me, and that is to get the luggage.
Okay. So
it's all about me.
Meanwhile, I'm looking around to see if there's anything I can use for my advantage, keep us safe.
Yeah, that sounds like a roll. You ready?
Now, does my card have to be on top?
If you need to use it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll.
Okay. I'll re-roll this one. Let me drop those. This one I'll re-roll because I'll be nice because it was crooked.
It was on the candle.
Yep, there. So you have 1 success, 1 failure.
I'll stick with it.
Okay. So what do you find? You go rummaging around the terminal. What do you find?
Oh, shite.
While you're thinking about that, Raven, you have stepped up next to the captain who's looking out into the darkness at the plane, where the plane is. You can barely see it. And you're fiddling with your phone. You got your flashlight on the phone. You have some light.
Mm-hmm. Where do we go for our luggage?
You ask him that?
Yes.
He says, well, if they got they were moving the light in the gangway up there. If they got the gangway to the back, you have to go up and unlock it. You have to find one of them because they have the keys on them. And you'll have to unlock the luggage storage area.
Wait. You don't have the keys.
Me? No. The ground crew took them to go get your luggage.
God. Fine. You know what? You said I have to go up there and grab the key and get them out?
I asked him what's so important in his luggage because I don't have much.
I don't have much either, but it seems like some of you have some very valuable, and I'm willing to help the team, but nobody really is doing anything but scream. So I'm willing to go out in the dark and get wet and get our luggage because that seems like the next valuable step.
I find a huge torch lamp.
Okay.
And maybe I MacGyver it somehow to amplify it. Something maybe
So hold on. So first off, you searched the terminal and you found something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to I got to get David back on. Hold on. Let me see if I can help him out here.
Okay.
Just a moment. I think I can invite him again based on his email. Let's see. See if I can do that. Give me just a sec. Sorry.
Oh, MacGyver hearing.
Trying to figure this out.
And isn't he supposed to be like the savviest one within the group?
Yeah, he is absolutely.
So if we lose Stephen, I think we're screwed.
Well, he's a car auto parts guy. That could be helpful. You don't know, right?
He might be able to pop the lock open or something.
Yep. I'm going to get him back on. I need to resend him an invite, so I'm doing that now.
Okay. I don't know if I should wait, but so what I find is some photo equipment with, I guess what you have in the background. I want to enhance the light. Maybe somehow get it taped around the lamp.
Paul, come into the light.
to enhance the light to make it stronger.
Okay, hold on. Give me one more second. I'm just going to let him know I
Okay.
sent him a new invite.
Just want to let you know what I found.
Yep.
What's up, buddy? Come here. Come here.
Okay.
Come here.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. You found a. Okay. Let's take a step back. I got that done now. So you found a what?
A working like torch lamp.
Torch
something
lamp.
A very bright lamp, but also I wanted to enhance it by maybe taping this. I don't know what it's called. The things that enhance light when you're doing photos.
Oh, like a ring light,
Like
Or
you mean
no.
like
right? Whatever
like
those things.
some of the things I have behind me, but
Yeah.
the ones with the silver inside or something like that. Okay, you're in a terminal, so
But it's something that was left behind.
like
from
something
people before.
reflective.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is
well,
Nigel
since
Jr.,
you
by the way.
succeeded in your role, you do find those things, and you you start monkeying with one of those big giant like flood lamps that have the
I'm
big battery
MacGyvering.
pack. Right. You got the big giant battery pack underneath it, and you find some reflective material to make that brighter and attach it to the light. Okay, fair enough. You have a very bright lamp, but in the meantime, Raven and Gavin, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
Think at this,
I'm just looking around to see what I can find and use. What's the value? Food, batteries, whatever.
Okay.
See if there's anything interesting around.
So you're going to start searching as well.
Yeah, just kind of see what there is to see.
Okay, we're still working to get David back in. Hold on just a sec. Okay, got him another invite out.
This is Nigel Jr. He's my best friend.
Okay, so while Angus was rigging up a more powerful light that he found from a battery and some stuff like, I don't know, Twinkie wrappers or whatever he found that he could kludge together in the garbage. He's doing that. You are also then going to search for useful items?
I'm just going to see what there is to be seen and see if there's anything of any use anywhere.
Okay, that would require a roll. Do you want to roll for that?
Do I want to roll for that?
Yep. I mean, if you're going to go look for something useful, it requires a roll. In the meantime, Raven, you're standing there with your light out. You see what Angus is doing. He's building something with a flashlight, with a big light.
I just think he's wasting time. I need to do this now. We need to do something now.
Okay. So what are you going to do?
I got my phone with the light, and I'm assuming the captain kind of pointed to where, I have to maybe break open the door.
Vaguely, yes, but it is dark. He says, I'll go with you.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let him lead the way, but I'm gonna try to, make our way as smoothly as possible as far as.
Okay. So Gavin, are you do you want to roll for this? Yes or no?
Sure.
Okay. You're going to search for something. That was bad. That was an absolute failure. You do have 2 dice. You could burn a trait to re-roll those 2 ones. Otherwise, it's a failure.
Ones? Oh, geez. Wait, you're not. This is me, Doug. You're supposed to be a good dice roller.
Sorry. Do you want to burn what is your trait on top?
Calm.
Calm still. Yeah, that's right. So do you want to
I guess I will burn my calm.
Okay. So tear that card up and we'll re-roll these 2 and hope for the best.
Okay.
Oh man, you guys are getting lucky. Okay, you succeeded. Tell me what you find. Back to Raven. You and the captain are going out there. He's in front of you. You're heading out toward the back of the plane. What do you see?
I see. I'm heading towards the back of the plane.
Okay. You feel like
And
you're being watched.
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like I'm being watched by something. I see the door in front of me that apparently has the luggage and maybe the crew members. Um,
It's more like a hatch in the back, you know, like have you seen where they load the luggage? It's like a little underneath the belly of the plane.
okay, okay. Um, where would I want to do this? Um, I want to kneel down and try and pry open the hatch of of the belly of the plane to get to where I need to get the luggage at.
Okay. You see the hatch, you're going to try and pry it open. So that will require a roll.
Yep. Okay.
The captain says, "Do you want me to hold your light?"
Please,
Okay.
please.
Let's try and get all the dice here. Okay. All right. You succeeded, but you're going to lose 2 dice.
Gamble is on top.
You're having a hard time getting it open. You don't have the key.
Right. I have to get to the workers for the key.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let it
Okay. So you did succeed. So that's good news. You just have less dice to do it with. So how did you get into the luggage area?
I am assuming it's one of those like cranks, like on the doors of the plane, like the big heavy cranks probably at the bottom. Is that kind of what kind of hatch it is?
Yeah, or it could be like that. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I read really quickly because I've never had to do this before. But I've seen people do it all the time, and I open the door following the instructions, and again, all I see is black. So the captain has my phone, correct?
Correct. He's holding it up and lighting your way for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna open and say to him, "Crap, I don't know what's down there, but I need you to point the light down, and we need to make our way down."
Okay.
Be behind me because just in case. But so I'm gonna make my way down and kind of wait for the captain to make his way down.
Okay. He will definitely follow you. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to help get David get back into the meeting. He's
No
having a
big deal.
problem. Yeah, we may have to restart the Zoom meeting for him to do that.
Okay.
So let me get. I'm trying one more thing with him. I just sent him a new direct invite link. See if that works for him.
Is he going by his browser or is he doing it by phone?
Well, he's saying that when I remove that extra guy from the meeting, it's not letting him back in because there's 2 versions of him in the meeting. And now it's telling him that I kicked him out of the meeting and won't let him back in. That's why I'm wondering if we need to restart the meeting.
I think we should.
Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna turn this meeting off for the moment. I'm gonna keep recording because we'll just come back into the meeting and continue on. But let me do that and just everybody come. You can use the same link. It shouldn't matter. It's the same. My link's the same no matter what. But if you IM me on Facebook if you can't get back in. Okay.
All right.
All right. Talk to you in a minute. All right, everybody. Well, as you can see, we had some technical difficulty, but that's okay because we were able to recover, and I will be bringing you episode 2 of this playthrough session relatively soon. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun for us, barring some technical issues, which we will work through for future episodes. But in the meantime, you got to see everything, even when we had some issues that we had to overcome. So thanks for watching. I sure hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you in the next episode of this or something else, but I hope you stick with us and see how this all ends up for our wayward characters as they try to survive this event in the airport. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.